We'll go straight on to our next speaker, who will be sharing on the Protocol Practice Index from global to local benchmark. Rolando Correia dos Santos is the head of protocol and institutional relations as Loures City Council. He holds a degree in marketing management from the Portuguese Institute of Marketing Administration with postgraduate studies in communication sciences from Universidade Nova de Lisboa and in image, protocol, and event planning from Universidade Europaea. Throughout his long career, he has had the opportunity to host and be involved in the state visits and receptions for the highest dignitaries and personalities, as well as national and international delegations. He is a guest lecturer and postgraduate studies in image, protocol, and event organization at Universidade Europaea. In addition to the International Institute of Protocol, he is also a certified trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome upstage Rolando Correia dos Santos. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone, all over the world, and special greetings for the Portuguese colleagues that are watching us. Abraço para todos vocês, e especially to my team is in the room next to me. And I would like to thank in first place to ICPD for the kind invitation to this moment of sharing on a topic that unites us all, the protocol. Next to the being following. Oh no, not yet. I can share if you want. Being the next presenter is difficult because Mr. Robert Scott said, and Florence, they said almost everything about this. I just want to talk a little about the importance of local protocol and to share how local protocol can contribute to enhance the global protocol. So, a few years ago, when people asked me what did I professionally, my answer would leave them kind of astonished. You work in what? Protocol, what's that? Is it about learning good manners or knowing how to put up flags? And I usually had to explain the difference between protocol, good manners, so what they could understand that what I specialized in could be applied not only by official institutions, but also by businesses. So, and they would reply, oh, but do you think any companies cares about flags? Whoever pays for the party is in charge. Well, actually, this is what me and my team do. You can, the next one, please. Just one moment, I can share. Yes, this is what we do every day. This is what a protocol professional do every day for the everything we have to do. We have fun in what we do. So I would like to share something written by a former president of the Portuguese Parliament that reveals in one sentence, the importance of the protocol in society. And I would like to highlight the words, I don't know, I don't think I am controlling the presentation. Yes, this one. I would like to highlight the word civilization because protocol adds to everything civilization. Most people confuse protocol with etiquette and good manners. It is a natural confusion. Maybe the next one. Even though good manners have more to do with courtesy than with protocol. But we must not forget that courtesy considered the code of behavior of the courtier, the man of the court, was in its origin the state protocol. On the other hand, there has always been a deep connection between good manners and etiquette. Both are ruled by codes of behavior passed down from generation to generation, which facilitate relationships between people varying within each community or society. Well, this is a kind of history because most of the people that I work with every day, they don't know how all of this appeared. And they think just like the medical doctors, everybody knows about medicine as everybody knows about protocol. And I need is important to know how everything happens. There is no protocol with good manners, but there can be good manners without protocol. Those who work in protocol know that good manners are essential for managing situations. And this is one good point, managing situations. That's what we do every day also. Well, the truth is that there are people all over the world who are aware that protocol conveys the desired signals and messages to those attending an event organized by them, either in person or through digital media, to the new media. That's why companies are increasingly seeking out specialists in this field, considering that when organizing large corporate events, it is necessary to have knowledge that allows for the systematic arrangement of participants and symbols. The small details of protocol, as everybody knows, make all the difference. And as we say, the devil is in the details. And observing these tiny details, listening to everything they mean, is essential for good organization, as are those small signals we sometimes give imperceptibly with our instructions. As a Spanish colleague said in an interview, we all listening with our eyes and speak with our hands. But times have changed, as have technological resources, and the level and type of protocol and business events has become much more demanding. Specialization has become a greater necessity, and today there is an increasing need to professionalize this activity and regulate access through the completion of high studies in protocol. Next one, please. We're here to talk about lots of protocols, but in my opinion, protocol is just one, with several specifications that make part of a big system. The local protocol is one of it.
My apologies, sir. I did not see your presentation. I'm going to add it to the stage now. There you go.
This is mine, not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is yours. You're able to control this one.
Okay, thank you. So, I believe that protocol is just one, just like medicine is just one. Then we are specialists in corporate, in local, in sports, in religious, in academic, but protocol, I believe it's just one. Protocol stages power through symbolic language and has always been associated with prestige, status, importance, good taste, common sense, beauty, privileges, and honors, dignifying an event and its participants, elevating them to a level of quality, and that's here that the index can be very important, far from chaos, disorder, ugliness, turmoil, and conflict. At the same time, we live in a society that is moving towards informality, that is bored with rules, that dispenses with anything that might restrict personal freedoms. So, What path then should protocol follow? Protocol must renew itself, adjust, and adapt to 21st century without losing its essence and identity. Institutions and companies invest in marketing, advertising, and social media policies, but sometimes fail to fill their most basic responsibilities as hosts. And I'm talking about enterprises and global companies. For example, I receive everyday invitations poorly written. I see high-ranking officials not received as they should be. Guests at an event arrive and leave without even identifying the face of the person who invited them. Well, they usually just go to appear in the photos and to eat. The order of precedences are not observed. The legislation on national symbols, namely the national flags, are not respected, or many other discourtesies I see every day. We sometimes witness a real lack of consideration and politeness, or even some attitudes of arrogance. Let us be clear. Protocol cannot compete with any other communication technique, especially in the private sector. Nowadays, there is no longer time for complex ceremonies. Simplicity, transparency, proximity, authenticity, and speed, especially speed, are the watchwords. Protocol must be renewed at the risk of being swallowed up by the voracity of contemporary society, acting in favor of a public image of respect, organization, efficiency, and proximity. In Portugal, where training is still far from the European paradigm, there is already concern about reformulating and introducing not only global but also specialized protocol studies, particularly at sports, local, academic, and official levels, considering the specificities of each application of protocol. In this context, I would like to highlight the excellent work that Universidade Europeia, where I collaborate also, has been developing in the field of protocol training. Nowadays, with the 36th edition of postgraduate course in image protocol and events management, currently underway. Companies are also increasingly concerned with the need to obtain specialized knowledge in business protocol. Considering the concern with knowing how to coordinate business leaders with central and local government entities as provided for in the state protocol law existing in Portugal. With globalization and intercultural relation, there is an increasing need to train protocol professionals who know how to apply the established rules to various cultures, avoiding incidents due to cultural or traditional or even religious clashes, and, on the other hand, ensuring that all constraints and variables are taken into account in the design of the event, so that there is no need for improvisation, which is not advisable in this activity that we have. But what brings me today is the application of the best protocol practices that we can to local governments and its interaction with global and business institutions, private companies. So, just for example, locally, this is a local event with, for example, the President of the Republic, President of the Parliament, and with the Prime Minister. And we only have here two electeds from from the Mayor of Lisbon, and as you can see, this became a global event. A local event became a global event in the presence of the President of the Republic. So this is a local event, recent event. This is an inauguration of a school, but we all the electeds. Usually I said that the protocol at local level has less impact than other protocols of a regional or national level. We should define impact. It is true that it may have less media impact than national news, which in the times we live is the measure of everything. And so we would effectively be the younger sibling of official protocol. In my opinion, if we measure this impact in terms of quantity and direct impact on citizens, I believe that we are the closest protocol and therefore just as important at different levels. On the other hand, and considering the existing decentralization from central governments to local governments, the local protocol is becoming increasingly relevant. Just look at what happens when mayors or regional government presidents make statements with enormous media and political repercussions with a global impact. Well, we can remember the latest examples of the impact of statements in Pennsylvania. They were made by state governors and mayors, and the global impact in all the world by them. I should also highlight the importance of companies in local authorities and their economic and political development, which greatly emphasizes the importance that their CEOs or directors have been having precedence in local or even national heights. But let's move on to some examples of local practices, which the local protocol, when I work daily, is not a mini protocol, but rather a local application of local practices. So these are some other local practices of huge local events. As you can see, this is in Lourdes, our mayor. This is the main events that we have in Lourdes. It's holiday in this day, the 26th of July, day of the municipality. Another one, and for example, just to say, we take care of the flags. So as you can see, the flag on the left-hand side, the right flag is the flag of the municipality, but for law is not allowed to do the same with national flag. So the left flag is the flag is used for ministers in Portugal. It's a minister flag. So in Lourdes, we respect the law and use the flag, not the national flag, but another flag that represents also with the same meaning. So this is a pure local event. Is, for example, the first stone of a new bridge, and I'm going to pass to, for example, another example of a local event, local, just with the visit of the King of Spain, the King and Queen of Spain, to Lisbon, where I have been working for a long time. As you can see, this is a local event. Doesn't seem, but it is. So, now the companies. Two major global companies, DPD and Lidl, for example, which relocate their distribution centers and warehouses to Lourdes, with Lidl event even moving its national headquarters. Now, the typical local ceremonies for laying the first stone or inaugurating the facilities, which are normally local ceremonies, have become national ceremonies given their global importance for the economy and for the development of both companies and municipalities. Also, so this is Lidl. Also, Axians, part of the Vinci Energy Group, another major company, also built its group headquarters in the city of Lourdes, as well as its International Energy Systems Control Center. Although these three cases are corporate ceremonies with the presence with the presence of members of the government, such the Minister of Agriculture or the Minister of Economy, as well as the respective boards of these companies, the municipality protocol was called upon to be involved, which happened right at the beginning of each preparatory meeting. Another example I would like to mention concerns to one of the largest international pharmaceutical companies, named Ovion, is also based in Lourdes, very close to our city center. And as part of the factory's expansion and modernization project, Ovion offered part of its work to the local community of Lourdes, building a green park on the adjacent lands. At the ceremony, the Villax family and the CEO of Ovion handed over the park to the municipality, which undertook to maintain it and make it available to the population. The local protocol is provided in one of the chapters of the state protocol law, which, although somewhat outdated, has been a great help in organizing activities. However, the law as it stands was created to define and organize the official hierarchy between high-level public entities and enacting ceremonies. Nevertheless, ceremonies increasingly involve local elected officials and even more so, private entities that are not covered by this law. Currently, much more attention must be paid to local government in the revision of this law, considering that only the mayors and presidents of parishes are given relevance. The remaining members of local administrations are left far behind. This is because local ceremonies have specific characteristics and actors that no other ceremonies have. Not even global ceremonies. In fact, as a great protocol professional, whom I greatly admire, is a Spanish protocol professional, chief of protocol of the Spanish Navy, I can say the name is Juan Luis Sierra Dominguez, wrote, whatever the context, the protocol teams that come together do not just execute. They contribute, respect, and elevates the final results. So this is the importance of the teams, of the protocol teams. This is what we try to do every day. This is the message I try to convey to the new generation of leaders and the new generation of protocol professionals in their role. Before I conclude, allow me to share something that, for me, as a local protocol professional, was the most. This is just a parenthesis. The most unforgettable event I have ever been involved in. In this photo, I had the honor of standing alongside a group of Hiroshima survivors on a visit they made to Lisbon. Working in protocol brings us many ulcers, many gray hairs, many bitter pills to swallow, but it also provides us unforgettable life experiences. Personally, I would do it again, even with the mistakes I made over the last 25 years, which taught me lessons even where there were no books or courses to learn from. I beg you, your apologies all over the world, but I have to thank to my actual team and to my former teams that I know that are existing this presentation. This is my actual team, the team of Lourdes, the team where I belong now, and thank you for your attention, and see you until one day.
Thank you so much for that wonderful and detailed presentation over there. I mean, detailing how we can move from global to local and how we can apply global standards to the local protocol.
Global is a joke. Global is a joke. is a kind of think globally, hack locally.
Yes, I believe in that. So I wouldn't say it's a joke. I think it's very, very key in our protocol practice, even though we're practicing local, to think global and or to think how we can practice local protocol practice with global mindsets. Yes. I think that is very, very key. I believe, you know, you've said a lot in here, and Patricia says she has a question, so I'd like Patricia to ask her question so I don't keep going. Okay.
All right, Rolando Sanchez, this is really beautiful, I must say. You've done a fantastic job in terms of your presentation, and I find it really interesting. And I hope that, you know, all our colleagues and professionals out there have benefited from it. I must think so, because this is really beautiful. So the question is, in terms of G-local global, like what M was trying to emphasize on, there's just an interest around culture. And I would like to hear your thoughts on how cultural, you know, differences could actually enhance or, you know, build that relationship when it comes to G-local or local protocol, and harmonizing that with all the various aspects of protocol. I just wanted to know your thoughts around cultural influence. Yeah.
Sorry, Patricia, but I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
I couldn't hear your question.
Patricia, he's saying he couldn't actually hear your question very well. So if you can restate it, that would be very good.
Oh, looks like Patricia was disconnected.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Rolando. Basically, Patricia was also echoing the question that I also had in mind. Rarely do we hear talking people about glocal, so it was really refreshing.
Maybe
especially because now. Sorry?
Maybe if Ham heard the question, maybe you can make a bridge.
And would you like to transmit the question itself? Over to you. Would you like to ask Patricia's question?
No, you said you had a similar question, so it would be good. I didn't actually take notes about it. She was asking basically about the importance. I was in my mind, I was thinking of the importance of having a global protocol mindset where it doesn't matter how we perform locally in the area of protocol. We think with that global mindset and have those global standards when we are performing. So that's what I was thinking of. But if you have a question, that would be good, because everything that he said was so related to the way I think. So
yes.
So Rolando, over to you. Mm-hmm.
Yes, as I said, in local protocol, we have, for example, we have specific issues that only happens locally. For example, with the flags, with the politicals, with the people we invite for example, me and my team, we are arrange a ceremony for Monday with lots of local and national guests. So we have to. Some of them are not. Some of them are in the law, and we can. It's easy to order them, but a lot of them don't have, and we have to arrange to not to lose the dignity of the institutions that they belong, the civil institutions, and because in a way I believe that when people ask me if who pays the bill, who pays the bill and the dinner, is in charge. In a certain way, it can be, but we cannot forget that we work for a public institution, and we cannot forget that we are very close to local civil institutions and companies. And for example, lots of times they asked for our help to their private events, and because they are officials entities, and we have to collaborate directly and very close to them, and this is about reputation, and we have to help them not to lose their reputation, and we have to help the mayor and the others that we're working not to lose their position and their image. So it's the main important. That's the most important in the middle of this, and in the index area it can be, and we are arranging to measure it, and not to, well, we can not being with that sentence is okay. It ran okay, but how okay? What's okay is when protocol we never remember protocol. Is when people don't remember the protocol was there. Well, we know that when something goes wrong, the protocol is the guilty. So we know we can't being, we have to measure it. We have to know what is wrong, what can be better done, what can be running well next time, and that's why we are using to meet the coordination meeting, and even with forms of quality to the people, to give them to give us their feedbacks. Okay.
Okay,
Tisha,
I know
do you want
that.
to ask your question again?
Yeah,
or,
I think I lost him there. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that,
Yeah.
Rolando. First of all, I was saying that thank you. You've done a brilliant job in terms of the presentation. And then the question I was about to ask is about cultural differences. I mean, in the role of protocol and in terms of enhancing a new index error and those points you've given around G-glucose, if I'm correct here. I wanted to know what your thoughts are in terms of the role of cultural differences. What will it play?
Well, the cultural differences are a reality. We have to deal with that. We have, for example, here where I work, I have a big community of lots of cultures, and we have to deal with them. Cultures, religions, and for example, just to have an idea, when there were the world youth with Pope Francis it was here in Portugal. We had a mass, final mass, that our mayor invited all the religions represented in Lourdes and in Lisbon, and we had, for example, we had Muslims, we had Jewish, we had just we had all the and cultures. We have we have to treat all of them in the same way here, and we privilege that fact here, and I believe that's the way that we have to follow.
Okay.
Okay, that's quite brilliant. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a lovely presentation on, you know, the emerging
The presentation
local.
next to Mr. Robert, to Mr. Robert is difficult to speak after him, but because he said everything.
Indeed. Indeed. And this is a true testimony of how protocol is not a dead science. It's so alive, it's evolving, it's just coming to the forefront every day more and more with the emergence of the importance of trades and you know, blurring the silos between public and private sphere. So thank you so much.
And
just
one more thing to everybody's watching us. Don't forget the 11th of May, day of the protocol, and because protocol matters.
Yes.
Thank you.